brave men and women gave all so that our flag can fly high and proud. This monument to Virginia's fallen from battles throughout our nation's history is a living tribute to freedom and the sacrifices it requires. Join us as we remember these heroes through a special Memorial Day ceremony. Live on the grounds of the Virginia War Memorial.
Well, good morning. And welcome to the 2024 Commonwealth Memorial Day here at the Virginia War Memorial. My name is Clay Mountcastle. I'm the director of the War Memorial, and we are very pleased that you are joining us this special day, either in person or via live broadcast at home. A special welcome to the members of our military that are here with us today, both past and present. Our Gold Star family members, always a joy to have you with us. Blue Star family members, you all make it a wonderful day when you come join the War Memorial. It's always an honor to be joined by our Governor Youngkin. Thank you, sir, for being here. As well as Secretary Crenshaw. Sir, thank you for joining us here today. And Virginia's Adjutant General, General Ring. Thank you for being here, sir. Thank you. Delegates Owens, thank you for being here. Delegate White, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. You know, we often hear the saying that freedom is not free, but it's more than that. I think. Our lifestyle here in the United States that we enjoy, but don't always fully appreciate, I don't think, did not come for free. Our ability to enjoy the upcoming summer months here in Virginia did not come for free. Each and every day, we have opportunities afforded to us, made possible for us, largely because we live in a country that has sacrificed so many of its own. The Shrine of Memory here at the Virginia War Memorial is a reminder of that sacrifice. Nearly 12,000 reminders. Today and every day, let us not lose sight of that reminder or any of those names. Let us cling tightly to that solemn yet inspiring truth that freedom, in all of its many forms, comes at a monumental cost. Please stand for the playing of our national anthem, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. National anthem will now be performed by the 29th Infantry Division Band. Flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. It was great to see Specialist Cooper, Virginia Army National Guard's Soldier of the Year, lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. You know, the Virginia National Guard is always on duty, always at the ready. Always ready to support and defend the Commonwealth. And it's always a great pleasure to be joined by Virginia's Adjutant General, Commander of the Virginia National Guard, and longtime friend and supporter of the Virginia War Memorial, Major General James Ring. Sir.
Governor, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and fellow citizens, it is a pleasure to be with you on the solemn day of national remembrance and in this sacred space of the Virginia War Memorial. It is appropriate that it is raining throughout today, and this Memorial Day is a symbol of the tears that we shed in remembrance of those who passed before us. As we assemble amongst the alabaster and glass walls that are just outside of the hall from where we sit this morning, know that along those that are gathered in remembrance throughout our great nation and the Commonwealth and the globe, let us remember with reverence, deep gratitude, and overwhelming thanksgiving for those that came before us, for those who lived their lives in service, and those who gave their lives for the values that we hold so dear: liberty, freedom, peace, justice, prosperity, and tranquility. On this Memorial Day, we come together to reflect on the price of freedom and to pay tribute to those who gave their lives that we may live freely. We will ensure that the memory of their lives and their service is never forgotten and remains in our hearts and in the minds and our nation's remembrance. We are forever grateful, and we honor them for their selfless service and sacrifice. In a world that yearns for peace and tranquility, and in a society that yearns for men and women who live lives of honor and service, we remember these men and women for their courage, for their honor, for their service, and for their ultimate sacrifice. They exemplify the very best of our country, and they embody the values that we hold so dear. We also honor the families that they left behind, their parents, their spouses, their children, the loved ones who bear the weight of their absence. To those families and loved ones, we offer our deepest gratitude and extend our thoughts and prayers for your loss. Your sacrifices are immeasurable, and we also remember you on this Memorial Day. So let us renew our commitment to carry forward the legacy of these great heroes. Let us uphold the freedoms that they fought to defend. Let us ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain by holding the ideals for which they lived, for which they died, so that future generations may also enjoy the blessings of life, liberty, and freedom. May God bless each of you. May God bless this great Commonwealth of Virginia, and may God bless America. Thank you.
Now, I personally, as a Virginian, am proud to see what the Commonwealth has done for veterans, particularly since I've been here at the Virginia War Memorial. It's hard to believe. It's been 8 years now, believe it or not. But in that time, I've met some wonderful Virginians dedicated to working hard and fighting for veterans every single day. And without exception, one of those individuals that I've been impressed with is the Honorable Craig Crenshaw, who is the Secretary of Virginia Veterans and Defense Affairs. And each time that we have Secretary Crenshaw here at the memorial, it's a good day because he brings kind of a quiet confidence, and he helps ground us in what's truly the real purpose of the memorial, and that's to honor veterans. and to do everything we can to make sure that we're getting veterans what they deserve and the appreciation that they greatly deserve for serving this country. So here to introduce our keynote speaker and make some remarks, the Honorable Craig Crenshaw, Secretary of Veterans and Defense Affairs for the Commonwealth. Sir.
Good morning, and Clay, thank you for that warm welcome. It is great to see everyone here today, this morning, because your presence here comes with a purpose, and it comes with a focus, and that's to honor our fallen. You know, and this memorial, much like many throughout our nation and cemeteries, are taking time just as we are today. So today we pause and reflect on the sacrifices made by our men and women who have worn our nation cloth. They served with valor and commitment and did our nation bidding. They did what our country asked of them, to defend what is right and to protect that which we stand for. These men and women recognize that their individual calling could make a difference to the future of this great country. Today we remember their courage, we remember their dedication, and we thank them for endowing us with the blessing of liberty and freedom. The service members we honor today came from all walks of life, and they chose the service to which they would be a part of. But they shared fundamental qualities. They possessed pride in themselves, pride in their unit, and pride in their country. They displayed a selfless dedication to duty and integrity. And they demonstrated in every action a willingness to make the ultimate sacrifice for the cause in which they believe. In order for us to further the legacy of these brave men and women, we must teach, must share with others about their sacrifices that were made on their behalf so that we can continue to enjoy the liberties and freedom granted in our Constitution. The very liberties and freedom that embodied the true meaning of the American way. We must help future generations to understand that the act of committing yourself to your country and being willing to fight for freedom of others is among the most noble of all endeavors. And finally, and perhaps the most poignant way we can continue to honor our service heroes is to continue to gather on this special day each year to pay homage to each of them. Above all, we can honor those we have lost by living up to the ideas which they died defending. Today we honor the fallen, and we remember all of them with the love of a grateful nation and Commonwealth. Their courage and dedication have protected our freedom and helped shape the nation we are proud to be part of today. And so today, we have a governor who continues to stand with our military, stand with our veterans and their families. One who carries forward what Memorial Day represents: the value of courage, the value of honor, and the value of sacrifice. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the 74th Governor of this great Commonwealth, the Honorable Glenn Youngkin.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. What a day to come together and remember and honor and pay tribute to extraordinary men and women. Secretary Crenshaw, thank you. Thank you for reminding us that the title of Marine matters, and that always faithful, always loyal matters as well. Major General Ring, thank you for your service. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your partnership. And Director Mountcastle, thank you for welcoming us and always swinging the doors of this amazing war memorial wide open so that we will never forget. To all of our brave service members, cherished veterans, fellow Virginians, families of the fallen, what an honor it is to come together to remember that, as Clay just reminded us, freedom is not free. As one community, as one Commonwealth, as one country, this is the day that we come together to revere, to remember the heroes whose faithfulness and dedication to our nation was fully revealed by their ultimate sacrifice. Let us honor these men and women, and let us not forget the lives of those that were forever changed, their families. I know we share the same emotions when we walk into this memorial. In the Shrine of Memory, I often feel my breath leave my lungs. How can you walk into that place and not stop for a moment? I find myself here at this wonderful war memorial celebrating our men and women who are currently in uniform, celebrating the next generation of Virginians who are choosing to serve. And I often find myself here laying wreaths, praying, and remembering America's heroes. These moments bind us together so that we honor our past, but also to remind us that we must lock arms together and march boldly into the future. In fact, on Memorial Day, it is not the death of our service members that we should remember, but it's how they lived their lives that we must celebrate. Their legacies are scattered across history. 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds with their whole lives ahead of them. They stepped into a conflict. They stepped in with courage. They said, "We can cross an ocean, charge through a hail of enemy fire on the beaches of Normandy, liberate Europe, defeat evil, and change the course of history." Men like Bedford T. Hoback and Raymond S. Hoback, true brothers, and yes, part of the Bedford brothers, who offered the ultimate sacrifice on Omaha Beach. Others who said we can go to a country very far away like Lebanon as peacemakers in a region fraught with war. Nearly 41 years ago, among the 220 Marines, the 18 soldiers, the 18 sailors, the 3 soldiers who died on that terrible day in Beirut were 12 Virginians, including Sergeant Joseph A. Owens, age 20, of Chesterfield County. No matter the generation, no matter the conflict, no matter the calling, they all said, "I will serve." We know, of course, that a small percentage of amazing men and women choose to serve our country in that way. Even fewer choose to put themselves in harm's way. We know how they lived, with courage, with faith, and with an undeniable belief that America stands for something great. Why would they be willing to give up their lives? Have you noticed that these amazing men and women didn't speak of sacrifice, and nor do they today? They speak instead of values, of duty, of honor. And ironically, they see themselves as ordinary. Well, they are like that first bird singing before dawn. They believe so deeply in the glow of freedom. They believe so deeply that this freedom will arrive even before it has come. They are willing to answer the call of duty and lay down their lives so that our future can be better. They know that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among them are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They know our greatest hope is peace when they are taken from us too soon, as so many have been. There is a hole that can never be filled. It exists as a living testament to the price of courage, to the price of love, and to the price of honor. They rise with wings like eagles. When anyone flies over Arlington Cemetery on their way to Reagan National Airport, you can't help but look down and see a sea of white headstones making visible the human cost of freedom. Overlooking our nation's capital is the tomb of the unknown soldier, guarded by a sentinel. In a world where there is evil, in a world where enemies wish to do us harm, we must stand vigilant, just like that sentinel. It is our duty to be worthy of the hero's sacrifice. We owe it to them to not just revere their courage, we owe it to them to have the strongest military, built not to conquer but to defend, to protect and preserve the freedoms and liberties that we hold dear and often take for granted. And not just a strong military must be celebrated, but we have a duty to be a nation of citizens who stands strong and sings our national anthem boldly and says our Pledge of Allegiance loudly and honors our flag daily. We owe it to them. We owe it to them to be a nation with no rivals. What an honor it is for each and every one of us to uphold this responsibility. Today, that responsibility is magnified. Not a day goes by that we don't see an American flag and our heart swells with pride. Not a time goes by when we don't come here and feel the weight of 12,000 Virginians, men and women, who were lost in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan, and other conflicts throughout the world. The weight that we feel transferred to every salute, every prayer, every moment of recognition is a weight that reminds us that they were and always will be the best among us. Today, the opportunity to repay in some small but meaningful way is reflected by our own courage to ask each and every Memorial Day, why? And the answer as we look at this unparalleled nation that was built on an idea, not a geography, this nation that stands for what is right and is reflected by the men and women who serve her. That is why. As we walk out today into the Shrine of Memory, behind us will be the world. And in front of us will be each other, Virginians who carry the mantle forward. And along the side of us will be the names of heroes who died for our freedoms. And at the end of that amazing hall, you will see the words, "Tell all who enjoy freedom of the deeds and sacrifices required for freedom to flourish." To our veterans, to our service members, to your families, thank you. To our families here who have lost a son, a daughter, a husband, a wife, an aunt, an uncle, a brother, a sister, we share your grief. Thank you for loving our nation. Thank you for reflecting the light of extraordinary heroes. Thank you for allowing Virginia and our nation today to share in honoring their sacrifice. Thank you for allowing us to remember and revere them. And so today, may we collectively bow our heads and ask that God bless the Commonwealth of Virginia. May He bless the United States of America. May He bless all of the men and women who serve here and abroad. May He bless their families. May He protect them. May He wrap them in a hedge that binds them not only together but protects them from evil as they bring us peace. May each and every one of those heroes be received in His kingdom. And may we hold in our hearts their memories so that we never, ever forget them. May they soar like eagles into His loving arms. So that we today, when the sun sets, will know with great confidence that it will rise again tomorrow. Thank you. May God bless the United States of America.
Please be seated. One of the truly rewarding opportunities we have here at the War Memorial is when we add a Virginian name to the Shrine of Memory that was previously omitted or accidentally looked over. There's something about seeing a name etched in glass or stone after so many years of waiting to be in its rightful place that is both moving and inspiring. This year, while conducting research for our upcoming exhibit on the 80th anniversary of the Normandy invasion, our staff identified a name that had been omitted in error when the War Memorial was first dedicated back in 1956. Private Charles T. Lewin of Norfolk was a member of the 29th Infantry Division and was killed while fighting in France in late June of 1944. For nearly 80 years, his name awaited a permanent place of honor and memory. Just last month, it was finally added to our Shrine of Memory, where it will endure for generations to see. This year, as we do each year, thy name is added to the Shrine of Memory. We will ring the memorial bell in honor of Charles T. Lewin. Thank you. Education is a cornerstone of the War Memorial's mission, and I'd like to recognize 4 special people in the audience with us today. Every year, the Virginia War Memorial Foundation presents the Rear Admiral John Marocchi Memorial Scholarship to graduating high school seniors planning to enroll in RTC programs in college here in Virginia. And in the past couple years, we were able to extend our scholarships to college students seeking a commission in the military. So I'm very pleased to announce this year's winners of the Rear Admiral Marocchi Scholarship. First, we have Rudra Dabe from Chantilly High School in Fairfax, who plans to enroll in Air Force ROTC at UVA. Next, we have Michaela Moses from Prince George County High School, who plans to enroll in Army ROTC at James Madison. So for our college awardees, we have Nicholas Dungan from Mechanicsville, who is currently enrolled in Air Force ROTC at UVA. Nicholas. And we have Justin Whitley from Mechanicsville as well, who is currently at Virginia Tech in Army ROTC. Congratulations to all our scholarship awardees, and we applaud your desire to serve in our armed forces. Now, as we do on Veterans Day, the 29th Infantry Division Band is going to play the service medley, but today's purpose is a little different. On Veterans Day, we ask veterans to stand and be recognized for their service to our military. But today, veterans, when you hear the song of your specific branch being played, we'll ask for you to stand, but you're not standing for yourself today. You're standing for those that can no longer be here to stand with us. You're standing for those that paid the ultimate sacrifice in serving their country. And for standing for them today, we hope that we can honor them in some measure. So with that, the 29th Infantry Band will play the service medley.
Thank you for watching the Commonwealth's Memorial Day Ceremony, live from the Virginia War Memorial. For additional information about the Virginia War Memorial and the Virginia Department of Veterans Services, please visit dvs.virginia.gov.